Hi everyone, thanks for pressing play again, and this is just continuing in from the last video there regarding the equation and from the dates that picks up the 11 sequencing every 9 years and a 9/11 link there. It's just it'll always be that, it's always been it, and it'll always be that forever as long as there is a date and there's a time system. And I've already kind of pointed out in the last kind of video, my viewpoint at the minute is around the devil, Satan, is released towards the end of Revelation. So it's the Revelation 20. So we have the bit where he's bound for the 1,000 years. And then there's the resurrection, the first resurrection. And then the spirits are raised, the saints. And they're ruled. Now my belief at this point is that they were ruled. This happened, that very moment here is from a date of 984. That year in history, 984, is when that happened. That is for me the belief now, because when you kind of think it's a strange year to actually speak like 980. It's quite a mouthful, isn't it? 908. Any year that's going to have the 80, but the 984 will tie in with 1,000 years from that date, which is where Christ's spirit, this is still the spirit of Christ and the saints, had then control of the earth for that period, for the 1,000 years, while Satan was in the pit, locked up at that point. But it's then at that stage, 1,000 years after that, after the year 984, would be 1984, 33 years ago. That's the moment I think this part happened there. He's released from the prison. And that's when he starts his 33-year, last few years on earth. He knows that's his time, short time, just like Jesus had when he had his short life before he was crucified. Which brings us into this year, and all the numbers that keep popping up about time for this year and this date everywhere in other channels. It's suggesting something about the time system and all these patterning. Is it a time for that to end? I'm starting to believe it is. So we're looking at 1984, just to give you a bit of a recap of that year. I wanted to just sort of remember the kind of stuff that was out in the mainstream. Straight away, you've got biggest film probably of that year, wasn't it? Ghostbusters, Gremlins, Nightmare on Elm Street. They're sticking out. Okay, you've got the Terminator. I mean, you can kind of get the idea straight away. This could be Red Dawn, the birth of the Antichrist again. His final 33 years on earth was here. I'm pretty certain of it. This is what I feel. Absolutely. It ties in with the dates, the number system, everything. All the patterns people are finding. And then you start to think, well, who's 33 this year? And I've even started looking at that, but I don't want to make this video all about those kind of things. But it's not difficult to do the research and stuff, you know. There are these people, so he could be the one controlling all the internet. You've got her. She's 33 this year, controlling all the pop culture side of things. Film-wise, I had to think, well, who's 33? But I'm looking at all the areas of the world for domination. And you've got this guy. He's the film version. Chris Hemsworth. Think of the roles he plays in films. Duality, lots of them. And he's in the Ghostbusters again. Double Ghostbusters link. And I want to go back to Revelation with the Ghostbusters. Purely to get back to that line there. Line 5. The rest of the dead did not live again until the 1,000 years were finished. Sorry, that's the saints. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, no, sorry, that is the bit. But then it goes back to, yeah, it was the first resurrection. But it's clearly saying you there when all the other dead that had ever died, that's good and bad. It doesn't say, because obviously only the good ones were resurrected. So this is all evil. Every spirit on earth was released as well. So you've got your two big films. Ghostbusters re-released with the girls last year, sorry, was it? Or was it this year? I don't know. I only saw it this year. But the Ghostbusters in 1984, remember the very first Ghostbusters film, the storyline there was all the spirits being released throughout the whole of Manhattan and stuff. It's all linked, I'm certain. So I just wanted to quickly go to the dates and just show you it, in case it's still a little bit, sorry, it's going out of focus here. Okay, sorry about that. So that's going to be 6, 5 plus 1, 6 plus that 2 is the 8, 8 plus 8. Sorry, yeah, you're not having to narrow that down, it's 8, so that becomes that equation, so that's the 16. 16, 6 plus 1, 7, 7 plus that 2 is 9, you're not having to reduce that becomes 9 plus 9, 18, you got your 16, 18 sequence here. This is how it always is, the 18, 16, 18. Just want to show that it is obviously still the same for this year. You've got the 8 plus the 2 is the 10. That's still 10. 10 plus its mirror 01. So you've got the 11 again. 2017 is the 11. It's the 9th time of being the 11 since the eclipse of the 1918, which was 99, that'll be 99 years ago, 9 times 11. Sorry, the camera's not very good focusing in this light. It's my fault, sorry about that. So yeah, 2017, it's an 11 again, but is it going to be when it becomes a 2? At some point, to break this sequence, it has to be a 2 at some point. Because you're getting the 2 from there's 2 1s. Something has got to happen to make that a 2. And then you can go from the 2 that it's locked in at the minute, the 2 towers. From the 2, you're going to get your sequence, which is the 963. 11 minus the 2 is the 9. Then it's basically that inverse of the 369 Tesla key to the universe. The key to the universe is being turned 963. But it needs that 2. That 2 has to come from. We can't get it. The sequencing, you've never got it. That's the big thing. You can never get the 2. The only time it's ever been 2 was when Jesus was born. When he was literally a day old. Even the very second he was born. You could count that as the second. Just 1. 1 plus the 1, you got that 2. It's the only time in the whole sequence that it ever is a genuine 2. So it's like something like that has to happen again to make it the 2. And I think just this year might be it. Just touching back again. So yeah, you've got the dual 33. death. Basically, that's the lifespan of the two. And the thing is, the spirit is always, there's always been the spirit of Jesus, but the whole time there's always been the spirit of Satan as well. It's just that conflict, the duality. And we've been living through it, and now we're at that decision of having to choose the right one and not be deceived by the wrong one, which is the 1984 birth. And then I just did a little bit just on those dates. When Jesus was born, it would be the 33. So that's just 3 plus 3 is the 6. Plus its mirror 6 is the 12. That's when, sorry, not when Jesus was born. When Jesus died. Really sorry, that's 1 plus the 2 is the 3. So straight away, that's their stamp on that. Him dying at 33. It's like they just wait, they maybe chose that age. Unless that's at the age they've given us in the scriptures. But if it is, then as above, so below. Satan is going to be 33 years old when he dies. And that's when God decides. The 8-4 is the 12 plus the 10. It's 22. You're smalling that down to the 4. 4 plus its mirror is the 4. So when Satan was born, which I'm sure is 1984, he was the 8. And that's the time, isn't it? The time number. He's in that snake now. He's in that loop of himself. The snake is himself, but he knows he's eating his own tail because his time is running out, but he's got that 33 years to do it. And again, 3, if that was to be flipped over, I needed to get my CD, sorry, I've not got planned for this, but that should just be then flipped. That's going to be an 8. 8 is the time, but the mirror is going to go up and it will then be, time will be split. Could it be 2017? Take care, everybody. Peace be with you.